Stories from Demi Moore's memoir, Inside Out, continue to trickle out ahead of its September 24 release and, well, no wonder, Ashton Kutcher is off in the hills of Jordan. The latest details some of the trials in their marriage, which imploded in 2011 amid a cheating scandal. According to Radar Online, which obtained a copy of the book, Moore, 56, reportedly confirms what had been long rumored, that they had threesomes while they were married. She also wrote about giving up 20 years of sobriety to appeal to Kutcher. The pair, who have a 15-year age gap, met in 2003 and married 2 years later. At some point after that in their troubled union, the That 70s show star asked her to have a threesome, and she agreed. "I wanted to show him how great and fun I could be," wrote Moore, who admitted to 2 hookups involving an unidentified third person. She now views it as a mistake, the tabloid noted. View this post on Instagram. A post shared by Demi Moore, at Demi Moore, on September 10, 2019 at 2:49 p.m. PDT. Part of that mistake was because it blurred the boundaries in their marriage. She wrote that while filming Another Happy Day in New York City in 2010, she read a tabloid report that Kutcher had cheated with a 21-year-old woman named Brittany Jones in their marital home. It claimed that he met the woman while bowling with Moore's eldest daughter Rumor Willis, which Moore said in her book felt like a real FKU. And she didn't feel like her husband was apologetic. "Because we had brought a third party into our relationship," Ashton said, "that blurred the lines and, to some extent, justified what he'd done," wrote Moore, who felt he had tried to deflect blame. Moore also wrote about what ultimately split them up when she got a Google alert claiming he cheated with a woman at his pal Danny Masterson's San Diego bachelor party. It was the weekend of their 6th wedding anniversary. "I felt sick to my stomach," Moore wrote. She said she knew the woman involved, Sarah Leal, who gave an interview to the media, wasn't lying. Amid their split in 2011, Star magazine reported about the couple having threesomes, their open marriage and Kutcher straying from their rules. Radar Online also revealed what Moore wrote in her memoir about ending her 20 years of sobriety, soon after meeting Kutcher. She claimed that early in their romance they took a romantic trip to Mexico, where Kutcher, while drinking a glass of red wine, said, "I don't know if alcoholism is a real thing, I think it's all about moderation. I didn't think, this is a kid in his 20s who has no idea what he's talking about," Moore wrote. "Instead, I cast about for justifications for his argument." That night, in an effort to impress and appeal to her younger beau, she drank a beer from the minibar. It was the start of a spiral that lasted many years. As previously reported, Moore became pregnant early in the couple's relationship but lost the baby, which they had a name picked out for at 6 months. She leaned on drinking and eventually other things to cope with the pain. "Drinking became interwoven in my pain," Moore wrote in the book. "And it just got worse." While celebrating her 45th birthday at Girls Gone Wild founder Joe Francis's Puerto Vallarta home, Moore wrote in her book that she drank so much she passed out in a hot tub and could have drowned. She said Kutcher was furious with her, which she said she found confusing because Ashton had encouraged me to go in this direction. On the trip, she became sick in the bathroom and he snapped a photo of her drunk with her head on the toilet. Moore wrote that it seemed like a good-natured joke at the time, but, in hindsight, it was really just shaming. Moore claimed that she didn't get support from Kutcher later when she did a week-long detox from Vicodin, which she started to abuse after dental surgery. Calling the detox one of the hardest things she had done, she said her husband did not offer me any reinforcement or compassion. "I felt like he was angry with me for having this problem in the first place." Moore didn't hold back. In her memoir, she also wrote about saving her mother from an overdose, being raped at 15 and suffering a drug-induced seizure she suffered partying with her daughter. The 2012 seizure incident, which led to estrangement from her daughters, pushed her to get sober again. Soon after, she entered treatment for substance abuse, trauma, and codependency. This week, a Moore source told People magazine, separating from Ashton was just a nightmare for her. It took her years to get over it. She was always very insecure about their age difference, and it was devastating that Ashton left her. The insider continued, she really has changed a lot for the better in the past few years. You can tell that she is much happier and enjoys her life more. She goes to therapy and works on being a positive and kind person to herself. They added that spilling it all out in a personal memoir is a way to close the old door and open new ones. Kutcher hasn't publicly commented on Moore's book, and he's off the radar anyway. The actor, remarried to Mila Kunis, with whom he shares 2 children, shared a photo from the hills of Jordan earlier this week. "Life always has something hiding around the corner," he captioned a photo. "Jordan is a masterpiece." View this post on Instagram. A post shared by Ashton Kutcher, at @, on September 17, 2019 at 2:56 p.m. PDT. Read more from Yahoo Entertainment. Aaron Carter calls his brother Nick a serial rapist. Amid ongoing dispute, Shane Gillis jokes about Asians, his SNL firing, and the hypothetical assassination of Trump. In return to stage, Taylor Swift calls Kanye West two-faced while spilling new details about their infamous feud. Want daily pop culture news delivered to your inbox? Sign up here for Yahoo Entertainment.